in life, I've got 1,000 apps on this thing. I never have been a big fan of apps. They take too low. They don't load up consistently all the time. They don't work all the time. I've got an app for my laundromat down here. This thing didn't work the other day. My neighbor, luckily for her, she gave me $10 in quarters. You know, that being said, they have helped me out. The Uber app, I can do that and make some extra money. Carvatize app, they have helped me. I submit photos for stuff on my car, and then I get a notification that I'm gonna get paid some money in a few days. So I've learned how to use apps. You know, it's just part of changing and innovation. You know, I say all that because college football is going to paying players, okay? Whether it's going to be a local governor sign off something or the Supreme Court already passing where you cannot withhold a player for NIL. There's a story out of, and I think it's brilliant. Kudos to Danny White. Not everybody's going to agree with me, but Andy Stables first reported this. But this story I'm going to read from you is from On3 Sports. Tennessee is preparing to add a 10% talent fee to their ticket prices to raise money to give to its players. People do not want to hear that. Paul Fonbon said that he thinks it is, what did he say? I want to say he said that he thought this was disgraceful, you know, and I don't know if he's grandstanding. He says it's utterly disgraceful. Listen, Paul's from a different generation than me. I'm a type A personality, folks. I want to win. You either adapt or die. You know, that's life. You know, things are going to change. Things are out of our hands as people. As things are just going to change and evolve, and you adapt or die. So this article here, the House versus NCAA settlement that would usher in an era of revenue sharing has yet to be approved by a federal judge. Tennessee Athletic Director Danny White told On3, that's the website I'm quoting, that his school will implement a plan to add a 10% surcharge to all season and single ticket prices. If the settlement is approved, schools will be able to pay about $22 million a year to athletes beginning in 25-26. That's 1 year from now, folks. Right estimates. White also said the best comparison is restaurants charging large groups an automatic fixed gratuity atop the price of a meal. Tennessee might be the first school to add such a fee, but expect plenty of copycats as college sports economic model evolves. Schools will need to find a way to find player compensation without forcing donors to choose between players and capital projects and administrative costs that traditionally help fund. For decades, the schools concluded through the NCAA rulebook to limit players' earning power. In the past 4 years, state legislators and federal court systems have teamed to end the collusion, but that change has come fast, and athletic departments are struggling to adjust to potential massive new line item that could require a significant chunk of annual budgets. Tennessee's athletic department made about $200 million last year. $22 million represents 10.8% of the budget. West Virginia, for example, has $100 million in athletic department revenue for the same period. 22 represent 20% of their budget. So I think it's cool. Now, personally, here, can you see that, Pickles? Can you see that? My guest coming up here in about 12 minutes. He could tell you a lot about that ticket stub there. That is Tennessee, Florida. 8 years ago. 8 years ago on September 24th. What is today, folks? Friday will be the 20th. What is today, the 18th? Friday will be the 20th. 8 years ago, I paid the face value of this ticket after taxes was $95. I paid $200 and something for this bleacher seat. in 2008, and 2008, in 2016, and went up there with the gentleman that's going to come on this program here in about 10 minutes. And it was hot, and we had to pay $20 for parking. And this guy and his dad, this guy got on my Pickle says it's Jerry Butler's birthday. Okay. Long story short, this guy had some words with Kevin. They were getting irritated. The dad got on to the young guy. We let it go. I actually walked. I was hot. I was so hot. It was 93 degrees that day. Walked back behind walked around the concessions looking for something to drink. I had a really bad time during the first half. Plus, Tennessee was getting smoked by Florida. They were down, I think it was like 21-3 or some nonsense like that. Getting really annoyed. But anyways, that guy and his dad left. The whole section left. The sun went down, and the comeback began. And Tennessee ended up winning that game, going away. Had a lot of recorded videos off my old cell phone. I wish I would have kept on to that. I may go check my X app. I may still have some of those videos to upload at a later time on this program here, if I can get all the curse words out. Derek Barnett, former Philadelphia Eagle, was on that team. Josh Dobbs was the quarterback, and Jawan Jennings was a receiver on that team who's kicking butt with the 49ers right now. So my point of all this is I probably won't go back to a game. I probably won't, but the people, the 100,000 people that go to these games right here, this Tennessee ticket stub here, it's part of their life, folks. If they paid, and here's another part of this that nobody's really thinking about or talking about, is now you have a direct say in things. If the fans can hold rallies, the fans can have a say. So if the team starts to go downhill, if something happens to Josh Heupel and the recruiting falls off the cliff, when you're charging a 10% surcharge like that, the rumblings around, plus you've got podcasts like mine, you got live streams, you got sports talk radio, TV, just stuff around campus here. That's not good. Now, that stuff happens anyways. But when you add this stuff in here, when you add this in here, which is highly publicized like it is, that's going to give the kind of like the Green Bay Packers, folks, they're owned by the people. They're owned by the people, So I like it. I'm cool with it. It's a tidal wave. And I don't know what Paul